Canimals, a show that many of you have probably never even seen or heard of. As of recently, there has been a huge influx of videos discussing obscure or relatively unknown shows. From Larva to Bernard, the history of these shows seems to be bringing a lot of interest to many right now, and I thought, hey, why not cover a show I watched when I was a kid? Back in 2011, YouTube was still quite young and full of random stuff at the time.
What's up, homie G?
No. Anyway, I remember being around 6 years old, and while looking through the homepage of YouTube on my grandma's computer, I found this. My child brain was absolutely enamored by this, and I watched it every day. I just yapped about it so much, my parents probably thought I was losing my mind. Anyway, enough about how I found this show. What exactly is Canimals? Coming directly from the website, Canimals are modern-day urban pixies, mischievous, adventurous, and inquisitive. They love to play and create innocent mayhem. Canimals can roll, stack, and literally pop up anywhere. Canimals appear and act when you're not looking. Just like kids their age, they play and share, squabble, and explore, and sometimes things get out of hand. Humans discover that someone, or something, has been up to mischief, but they never find out who's responsible. The show's concept was created by Calvin Kim around 2005 to 2006. In this clip, he explains what made him come up with the idea.
점심시간에 그 컵라면하고 참치캔을 먹다가 캔이다. 캔에다 넣어야 되겠다. 그럼 캔이니까 캔 애니멀, 캐니멀 이렇게 가면 되겠네. 라고 이름까지 그 자리에서.
The show's production comes from the company Voo's Club, which was founded by Calvin in 2009, where other shows are also made, such as Puka and Undunga. Sorry if I said those wrong, I'm not really familiar with other South Korean show names or how to pronounce certain words. So I'm going to be going over some of the things here from this website that goes over the premise, concept, setting, etc. So let's go with the premise first. Canimals appear and act up when you're not looking. At the end of most episodes, humans discover that someone, or something, has been up to mischief as a final twist or joke, but they never find out who's responsible. Note for story development. Human mouths are rarely shown, as any dubbing can work as long as it suits the situation and follows the plot. The human voiceovers can easily tailor to any language, and jokes or references can be made to suit any culture style. As for the setting, it says the Canimals TV series occurs in the real world. Literally. Everyday environments are used as the backgrounds and settings for the action. Home, school, and park, the bakery, the neighborhood, even more. Canimals experience and explore the world in a very original and creative, funny way, as we currently see them being drowned out by a bunch of rain right now, so very, very nice. Finally, we covered the POV, where it says size does matter. It's a big, big world. Canimals have a very special point of view. Being very small and living in a human-sized world, Canimals have a unique POV, seeing everyday objects from a completely different perspective. A sink becomes a swimming pool, a potted plant, a jungle. Roller skates are cars, and shoe boxes transform into a stage. There is no limit to their imagination and resourcefulness. The show also had 3 other producers, including BRB International, Screen 21, and even Aardman Animations, which many of you guys probably have known for creating Chicken Run, Shaun the Sheep, and Wallace and Gromit. The show aired in 2011 throughout South Korea, Spain, and the United Kingdom, with a positive reception. There was over 100,000-ish viewers. In 2015, the show was actually added to Netflix, which seems to be where more people from the Americas found it, but now it is removed. Luckily for you, you can watch the show for free on YouTube, which makes this a lot easier to make a video on. The characters. While the intro does show about 9 characters, I'm only going to be covering a few of them, as they appear more than others mentioned in the intro. The first we have is Mimi, the pink-loving dog with a princess complex. Mimi is fashionable and beautifully bossy. She'll take control of every situation, whether she's asked to or not. The other Canimals listen to whatever Mimi says and end doing whatever she demands. Not out of respect though, but for fear of her Mula Mula ear slap attack, which is kind of like a Pokemon kind of thing, I won't lie. Otto, the happy dog's body. Otto's gentle nature and simple outlook means that he is the number one candidate for menial tasks and its role he relishes. All Otto wants is for every can to be happy, and all of his efforts go into making sure they are, even if it means being Mimi's minion every now and then. Uli, 99% hunger, 1% brain. Uli's a little bit simple and a big bit slobbery. Somehow he always manages to get into trouble. The other Canimals take advantage of him, but he doesn't really mind, just as long as he gets to eat. When it comes to food, Uli becomes very focused and won't stop till the last bite. Nia, a cute scaredy cat. The other Canimals protect Nia as much as they can, unless of course they're teasing her themselves. Nia may seem weak, but she does have a secret weapon that will get her out of any tight spot. A supersonic scream that will literally blow you away. Another type of Pokemon, I think. Unfortunately, it can also be triggered by unexpected noises, sudden movements, and giant squirrels. Now I need to find where the giant squirrels are in this show. There's always one, and it's always Oz. Oz wants what she can't have, and it usually belongs to others. Her tomboy attitude and boisterous nature means that if she can't have fun, she'll make certain that no one else can, which often means she's left on the sidelines. Others I'll mention real quick, just not going to read their whole description. Toki, a hyperactive bundle of bouncy energy. Leon, slow to move but quick on his uptake. Pow, the wise observer who watches from up on high. Fizzy, solitary, stealthy, and sneaky. Plus there's a bunch of other ones, including Capri the lion, Wuang, if I said that wrong, you can kill me below. Kobe, and quite a bunch others. Let's get into Season 1. Season 1 aired from 2011 to 2013, and with the show available for free on YouTube, this makes it very helpful in covering. Each segment is around 5 minutes or so, with usually 2 or more characters being featured. Season 1 had over 52 episodes with the whole season in a 4-hour-long video. Shout out to Blue Ball Animations for providing that whole thing. Thank you. I won't be covering all the episodes. I think I'd pass out from exhaustion if I did that, because honestly, it is just hijinks happening throughout the whole thing, and I do not have the attention span for all of that. I guess you can say this is the pilot episode, but it is episode 1 of season 1, called Music of the Night, where the bunny, Toki, decides instead of letting everyone sleep, including the humans, that he will blast the music from the child's music machine. I don't know what that is. I don't know. This makes Mimi, Leon, and Uli pretty PO'd. Shenanigans occur. At some point, Leon takes the music player. Toki throws a shoe at him, and the music player flies through the air and is swallowed by Uli. That just makes sense. Anyway, the music player is eventually broken when it is spit out, and everyone can sleep. As much as my sarcasm sounds, I actually find this rather entertaining. Just little hijinks these dudes get into. Obviously for younger viewers, but it's cute to watch. It's like, it's not annoying me or anything. It's fine. It's for kids. And if it's for kids, hey, I was a kid once too. School Pet features Nia and befriends the school goldfish. At least I think it's the school goldfish. I can't tell. This is like a classroom, but there's like no one around except for like this one girl at some point. I don't know. Anyway, Uli sees the fish and just like wants to devour it. Like, I don't know. He does some crazy stuff though. He tries to drink all the water out of the bowl. Yeah, it's kind of messed up because the fish is shown to be sentient alongside the Canimals because Nia's like playing with it. It's really strange. Anyway, at some point Uli just drowns. Nah, I'm just kidding. He survives because the fish saves him and they're all friends. Happily ever after. Overall, season 1 was just pretty generic. Like, it wasn't bad or anything, but there's no like real story or plot thing happening here. I mean, the same will go with season 2, but my point being, it's not bad. It's just short 5-minute entertainment shorts for kids. And it's definitely for little kids, because boy, did I find some things. Alright, Season 2 aired quite a bit after Season 1, which is probably why I didn't even know it existed until I started making this video. Season 2 didn't really make the rounds until 2017, it seems, and it definitely shows with changes. The intro is different. Like, really different. The show's animation has become a lot more fluid, I think. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. Like, it's really different. It also gives some of the characters, like, more personality, such as their hobbies. For example, Oz is now an inventor, who is seen with goggles here and there, which, cool, I guess. I mean, wasn't really established before. I mean, Oz was established as being smart, but I didn't realize this smart. A lot of the original sounds are also replaced with the characters, and it's really jarring to hear, because instead of hearing this, you hear this. There's way more plot added to Season 2, at least episode-wise. I wouldn't say it's exactly like a concrete story, but it really goes into like a more, besides random hijinks happening, it's like, oh, we're stuck in a desert. Oh, we're stuck in a fish tank. You know, really crazy stuff. A lot of the episodes also seem directed towards like the audience, and by that I mean it's kind of teaching like recycling and creativity and a bunch of other stuff. And it's just, you know, instead of it being a gag show now, it's more of like educational, but still being funny. I don't know, it's different. Anyway, I just need to talk about some of the bizarre things, because oh my god, there is some wild stuff in this season. After just 18 episodes, it started turning into something different. They were still episodes, but they weren't like Canimal, we can do it. It was like Oz centered, or Mimi and Nia centered, or Fizzy centered, which Fizzy suddenly is a big character, I guess. Anyway, the best examples I can give for this is that we see Oz and her creating things with two little henchmen. I think they look like squirrels. Another I just need to talk about are the Fizzy ones, because I don't even know how to explain this besides anime battles with Fizzy going Super Saiyan. Also, this happens. Season 2 just seemed to be very strange. This is the most I can say about the seasons, as there is now a third season in production, which is shocking because the show hasn't been on for so long, but this looks interesting.
Are you ready? Now start!
What is this? Is this like Fall Guys? Like, what the f***? Like, I'm so... What? Now I want to get more in depth, because there's lost media for this show. And I feel like that can be said for a lot of things, like, oh, lost pilots and stuff, but the pilot for this show isn't lost. It is much deeper than that. So back in 2006, early animations and concepts were made for the show. So yes, the pilot was found, but many of the other early animations for the show, along with even books, are lost right now. On the Lost Media Wiki, the user iArchive actually made a post about Canimals and its lost media, and it was last updated in March of 2024, just a few months ago, which is actually crazy because I would not think anyone would be this invested, but here I am now, as invested as this person is. While in the middle of editing this video, the Lost Media Archive wiki actually updated with lots of new information on the Lost Canimals stuff. Apparently there's a Lost video game now, and many other Lost animations, and merchandise. Some have been found, it seems, but still many are lost. But there is now new images and videos up of prototypes and flash animations, which is just so cool. And the fact that it is currently an active search makes this all the more exciting. So if you want to contribute to the search, definitely go take a look at lostmediaarchive.fandom.com, because there's lots of people who are trying to find these things and are very dedicated. And I'm going to be reading off some of them, so here we go. Flash animations. Between 2006 and 2007, at least 3 Flash animations were also screened at TGS 2006. Only one has been partially found, and images of some other Flash shorts have been found. The first Flash animation was animated by Hyun Joo Lee, Lost video game. Tokyo Planet Online Pet System was a Flash website that now, sadly, doesn't work anymore since Flash is now gone. It is possible that the game would have been titled Klein World. It is currently completely lost and it cannot be played as stated. Some images do remain from the website, however. Various types of merchandise from 2006 to 2009. Various images of them can be found on Korean blog websites such as blog.naver.com. Multiple images can be found on page. Unless there is lost merchandise like books and video games which would be worth finding, there is absolutely no reason that we have lost anything since we have already seen the merchandise and photos. While we do have the images, it is fair to point out that we do not know where any of the physical copies of said prototype merchandise is. 3D plus CGI animations from 2008 to 2009. The website here contains a bunch of video sources that are linked directly to them. This includes Angry Runner, Skunk, and Balloon, which have been found, while one short featuring a Siamese cat was only seen in the credits and is partially found. One thing worth mentioning for Balloon is that there's 4 different types of it. There's one of narration, a different type of narration, and one with just music. Other animations include fully 3D, silent era, stop motion plush animations, and many more. And some of these may have been made in 2007. Mostly, all of these are lost. But one fully 3D animation was able to be found on YouTube. But the others are completely gone. Books. Comparison Units and Comparison Animal Evolution. Both of these books are from 2008 and 2009, which featured the prototype Canimals as the main characters, and were published by Vu's firm, and they have only been partially found. The website goes in more depth, and you should take a look and read, because they really need the help to find a lot of these things, and I would love to be able to see a lot of these missing episodes, along with just other lost media with the show. I'm hoping with this video it will be able to spark the interest. The link is below, so go and help them. Some extra things I want to throw in just at the end of this. On YouTube, there is some advertisements with Canimals, like air washers! I don't know, it's really just the most obscure thing. Another thing on the channel shows the launch of the show. I believe it was the launch. I mean, it says in the title, but I cannot tell what is happening besides the stage performance and some kids jumping around. I found what I believe is a magazine that was published, and it promoted all sorts of things for the show. It included the UK TV guide for when the episodes would air, plus the viewer ratings. It also mentioned that it aired on Boomerang, Nickelodeon. Okay, yeah, I don't know where or when, but I cannot find any information about that one. Other things also within the pages are apps. I'm guessing now different defunct apps, and oh god. I cannot find any of these apps available on my app store, so sadly I cannot test these out. I mean, maybe they're available in other regions, but I'm in the United States, so I have no idea. Merchandise is also shown throughout this, including toys, plushies, mugs, keychains, clothes, and Oh my god. Is that an Oz backpack? Well, that was a ride. I hope y'all enjoyed this little thing I put together. It was my first time actually doing something like this. I've always wanted to kind of do something like this, but just never thought I would get the energy to. Anyway, heavy inspiration to do something like this comes from Mung. So if you see this, hi, I loved your videos on Bernard and Larva. They were very entertaining, and I just thought, hey, why not take a crack at this thing? Anyway, I hope to do more of these in the future, and see you all around. Thanks.